y'all. We back with another episode of Projects and Politics. Here with my guy, Victor, known as Vic in the city. How you doing, bro?
I'm doing good. Appreciate you for having me.
Off top, man. Good to see you here at Projects and Politics.
Yes, sir.
All right. First question is, who is Victor Burnett?
Man, Victor Burnett is an ex-student athlete. Los Angeles, born and raised. What else? I would say innovator, curator, entrepreneur, and studier of all things business.
Most definitely. Since I've known you, either putting together parties, creating merchandise, managing and recording studio, or managing music artists. Can you tell us what led you to being involved in all these things?
Man, bro, like just really wanted some capital, really wanted money for real. But I still had a mom that was crazy, so it was like I wasn't really finna jump off the deep end and like really tampering with the selling weed and stuff at a young age.
Yeah.
More so, I would say like shit, just wanted money to buy clothes, wanted stuff that your parents, your parents give you the necessities, but the shit that you may really, really want,
right?
You're not really finna go get that for you. So, coming from that, just always wanted to be in my own lane.
Off top. Can you tell us behind the meaning behind your brand, ActRite LA?
Yep. So actually, I was trying to figure out a name for the brand, and the Chronic 2001 was my first ever rap album like that I really had access to. That was a real CD in the case and all that type of stuff. So like the Chronic 2001 was like that first one I had that was mine. So it's a song that they call ActRite.
Yeah.
So really, I took it from that, and it was weird because I became a capo my freshman year of college.
Yeah.
So really, they was trying to just tell me like, don't make the brand synonymous with like the fraternity. So you gotta like spell it different. You feel me? And so I wasn't trying to have like no gang connotations to it too.
Yeah.
So I just changed that shit to ActRite instead of having an ACK or just AK either way. So that's how I really got to that. So that's what that was. ActRite really is just coming from a positive perspective. Like we all from South Central LA. We all dealt with a lot of the similar situations that we grew up, going through. But for the most part, I would just say just trying to put out positivity, an alternate way of thinking, but also being cool with it though.
Off top, yeah, that's dope. That album is actually in my top 5 albums too. That's hard. So besides running your brand, you've also become the president of Evgle Records and manager of recording artist Blxst. How did this come about?
So really working for Benny Boom at first, working out the studio with Jay Gray, and then eventually like we brought in T-Reg as well. But really just interning there. I was offering a service at the time. I was teaching music artists how to monetize content and how to create content calendars and distribute content efficiently and not just throwing shit up at random times. But also managing the studio as well. So I was offering like a double package to where it was like, okay, I'll give you studio time, but I'll also give you this class along with it too. And that's how I was kind of like stealing clients from other studios. So when I met Blxst, I met him through Demetrius Ship, who played Tupac. So because I worked on the All Eyes on Me movie, so we used to all just be around. So he brought Blxst up there to check the studio out, and then from there, Blxst just started renting it from me. And eventually, I asked him to play me some music, and I was just so blown away that he did everything from the graphics to the beats and post-production on the videos. And me sitting in the studio with him for 3 hours and just going through all that one day just led to me being like, let me offer my services for free. And we started off with marketing, then went to merch, and then, over time just graduated into me being his manager.
How did you even come up with the idea in the first place to like offer that kind of service to artists and whatnot?
So I went to grad school for PR and media development, so I was already like a student teacher, and I was teaching media development. And I was really like the beginning of the era when they started developing algorithms and stuff. So that's like around the first years they started offering that in grad school. So just from studying that, I just understood that not literally, but rappers or artists are just so ignorant to the way that the internet works.
You don't know what you don't know.
They got basketball shoes on the football field.
Right.
It's like you're not playing the game equally.
You're not playing the game you in. I hear what you're saying. In the past year or so, you guys decided to partner with Red Bull Music. What about Red Bull Music stood out and made you guys want to work with them?
So Red Bull Music is different than Red Bull Records.
Okay.
So we partner with Red Bull Records.
Okay,
We have a joint venture with them.
Okay.
But Red Bull Music is synonymous to
like under the
umbrella. They do the events, all that type of stuff. So okay. We go to the festivals. But I mean, Red Bull Music is one of the reasons why we partner with Red Bull Records. You know, amongst the other outlets that they partner with.
Yeah.
They just super into. They vertically integrated one.
Yeah.
Meaning like they're not a public company. They're on the stock market. They got one CEO.
Okay.
So they originate as a marketing company. That's what Red Bull is.
Yeah.
The most popular facet of it is the
marketing of
the drink.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's probably the most popular portion of the brand. But
right.
Expanding to everything else, we just understand the market reach that we can have working with an entity like that. And it just being like a unique partnership. But they understood what we wanted from a brand aspect, from a business aspect. My bad.
It's all good.
From a brand aspect, from a business aspect. So, you know, we got employees, making sure that our employees are taken care of. Like Red Bull is real big on community culture within the workplace.
Okay.
Especially in the team environment too. So, you know, it just our morals added up.
Yeah, it all aligned. I hear you. With Blxst's latest project, Before You Go, being pretty much his first official album, was the approach any different on your end compared to previous projects?
So that wasn't his debut album. Yeah. So it was really like more so just his first studio project.
Okay.
The first one, so No Love Lost, he recorded that all at home.
Okay.
So those, you know, when you work on coming to like getting like major distribution or just distribution funds, period.
Yeah.
You know, you kind of like saving certain songs to lead up to that. Although some of them songs were made towards the end of that.
Like the project.
The project they did on the deal, but. I mean, for the most part, yeah, bro, he recorded that all in his living room, all engineered by himself, mixed by himself. The only thing he didn't do on the project was probably master it. That's it.
Okay.
But yeah, this approach is way different. Like we had a studio house in Malibu.
Okay.
For 2 weeks that we all stayed in, the whole team did workshops, all type of stuff. I mean, a lot of them records, the Sakari joint came from out of there.
Yeah,
shit with Ross, like did that with Mike and Keys at like 2 a.m. And then countless other ones too, though. So yeah, it was more intentional this time.
Okay.
Also, just to build on the sound too, not trying to keep him in that West Coast pocket.
I hear you. When you guys do records with people like Zakari and Ross, it's like, does Blxst reach out itself? Do they reach out? How does that go about?
I think our A&R he set up the Zakari situation.
Okay.
And he pulled up to Malibu, but on the flip, we went to Miami for Rick Ross's writing camp. And then Blxst met Ross when he was doing the song for his project. Okay. And so, you know, we just ended up having a mutual vibe. Ross fucked with Blxst. Yeah. And yeah, he just gave him the verse back. We just negotiated for a swap.
That's hard. That's hard. Making the decision of accepting the responsibility of being an artist manager, what's the thought process?
I mean, shit, bro, it's really the same as playing football for me. Mm-hmm. I mean, I play middle linebacker, so I called all the plays, got people lined up. Yeah. I mean, shit, you got to be at workout 6 a.m. every morning. Yeah. So for me, this is just really like accountability 2.0. Right. And I really kind of like, in college, I already really did most of the shit that the rappers be doing. You know what I mean? Like, I was a Division I athlete, and I was in a fraternity at 18 years old, so it was like, throwing parties since we was in high school, and you know, growing up in Los Angeles, we get an experience of partying at a very early age, so it's easy to get burnt out towards the end of it. Yeah, for sure. So now, for me, the partying shit don't even really be crazy. Right. I'm usually sipping ginger ale with lime on there, faking like it's some real liquor in there.
Yeah, just picking up the bag.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, you know, it's a little bit more responsibility because you gotta be accountable for other people and other people's feelings and emotions and all that type of stuff. So I've definitely like come to like a more zen place with where I gotta communicate with everybody and switch faces. But I think that's the positive part about it, though.
Off top. As of right now, are you looking for other artists to manage, or is Blxst your full focus on Blxst at the moment?
So we just signed an artist named Jay Million. Okay. So Jay Million, he from Long Beach. He's 20 years old. Plays like 4 or 5 instruments. He produced half the 682. Okay. So, and then he produced Go to War with Snoop and Blxst. Okay. So his catalog, he's going crazy right now.
So he's a producer?
Producer and an artist.
Oh, okay, so he,
both.
Okay, that's dope.
Yep, so we just did his we just did his deal with Red Bull as well.
Okay.
So we signed the Eagle first, obviously, through our imprint. And that's the first artist we did the upstream with Red Bull. So obviously I've inherited him, but I mean, that's, bro, is like a Blxst Junior as far as productivity. You know what I mean?
Yeah, gets it done.
And I would say he even has an advantage over Blxst because he played way more instruments than Blxst, and he 5-6 years younger than Blxst.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And he's learning under y'all too as well. Y'all already know the game.
Like, I wish I had somebody to walk me into a bag with ownership at that age, but at the same time, that's what we blessed for, to be able to make that way for them. But I got him. I'm trying to think. Allison, she manages Cheyenne, so I just be helping give her advice. But what I did do, I just launched my company, ActRite Consulting. Okay. So I got about 3 clients under that. Okay. So I'm really trying to get into art now, though. That's really my next focus for real. I mean, we got the label. I got Blxst, obviously, in the middle of him transcending the culture, all that type of stuff. So it's really at a point where it's like, bro, I really don't have no bandwidth to take on other people and really like commit to them how I want to. Yeah, I feel you right about now. Yeah, it's a lot going on. Hell yeah.
As far as like the people who like aren't really sure, what do you go to a consultant for?
I mean, it depends what you're consulting on, right? So like me specifically, I'm consulting on brand engagement, brand development. I'm consulting on business practices. And obviously, a lot of this is a matter of opinion, right? But this is opinion based off of like experience and just trial and error. Right. And then stuff I can actually show on paper, you know what I mean? Like it's just still stats to go along with it and data to go along with it. But for the most part, it's really kind of like a philosophy that you're going to somebody for, that you believe how they really run a program.
Yeah, a game plan. Okay.
Yeah. So that's pretty much what I'm doing. Like I do, as small as like on Mondays, I book hour-long consultations. So I keep Monday slots open from 12 to 6 for that. People hit me on Zoom, we chop it up, and then we just got a few offices in Red Bull too. Okay. So I'm a consultant for Red Bull now.
Oh, that's hard, bro. Congrats on that.
Company. Thank you. So I consult with the company on A&R stuff, cultural relevance, just overall business practice, creativity, aesthetics of the brand, bringing in more culture to the team as far as around the artist and helping develop the artist better. So, it's kind of like really what you make it, to be honest.
Yeah, that's dope. Even before becoming Blxst manager, you've always seemed to be a helping hand to any of your peers that could use your help in the city. What is it that makes you willing to help people out? Like that consulting thing lines up with this question perfectly.
Yeah. I mean, shit. I think it's 2 parts to it. One is the fact that I'm an only child, so like I've always figured out how to do stuff by myself. Yeah. But I also learned at a very early age that it's kind of hard to get a big idea executed by yourself. Like you can't elevate it unless you delegate. Yeah. Right. And it took me a minute to learn that. Yeah. But like throughout the process, it's like, okay, the more I help people is just, me giving an olive branch, because I'm not an expert at everything.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm an expert at the stuff I'm an expert in, but it may be something I need to outsource one day. And so it's like, why not help this person get on a platform to where I don't got to go complain and say, corporate America is taxing me this, and this. I could just put my homie on, so by the time I need him to come around and do a camera job for me, graphic design, he done already got his weight up because of a vibe I threw him. So now this is mutually beneficial business in the long run, rather than this always feeling like I gotta reach back and help somebody. It's like, nah, like I'd rather just give them the game right now. And then 5 years from now, we're gonna be eating together and now we're making plays.
Everybody's strong.
Bro, the craziest moment, I'll tell you off camera because it came out. It just happened like a full circle moment with Benny Boom, one of they artists in Blxst. Like, they called me on the phone like, bro, we about to shoot a video with y'all. And they didn't like throwing off because they remember when I first walked in the office to come intern. So, I live for them type moments.
Yeah, that's hard, bro. That's dope. Thus far, what would you say is the biggest surprise to you about the music industry?
How small it is. Like, the music industry is funny. The music industry is a total different world from consumers, just because the music world know what's about to be next, while the consumers are fighting over who their opinion is going to be next. And it's like, when you really be tapped into that circle of just knowing and understanding, you look at music way different. You know what I mean?
Like the mask is off.
Bro, exactly. And then most of the time, it's like most of these people work at all these same companies and cross over. So they done interned over here, worked over here. So the music business is a bunch of people that really just know each other. That's just fighting for market share for their current spot.
Right.
So, I mean, for me, that shit is damn near like organized drug dealing.
Yeah.
For real.
Yeah.
But, you know, that's the game. That's why Nip said, like, the game is not meant to be won. What did he say? The game is not meant to, you're not meant to win the game. Something along the lines, but you're really not, bro. Cause
like not built for us to win type shit.
Exactly. Like the music game, that is really not built for you to win unless you have grounds to stand on ownership.
Yeah.
Like, that's the only way. That
you gotta bring something to the table.
You gotta bring something to the table, bro.
Yeah. With all the tasks that you're juggling between ActRite LA brand and Evgle Records, what motivates you to keep going?
I love winning.
I hear you.
I really love winning.
Yeah.
And I just think that, and I say this in the most humble way, if I was 15 years old, 16 years old, or just a young teenager, I wish I had somebody to look at like myself that's like, I don't gangbang, like I'm not trying to put it on Front Street, like, and I just do me. But at the same time, it's like I still be coming over here to the dice game, still regular with me, you know what I mean? But I could do this shit really legally though, like, and I'm doing it 100% legally. So I mean, I got a little brother. My little brother 12 years old, so bro, I want to do everything like me, you know what I mean?
That's
regardless of, it's amazing, right? But even looking at that, he looking at me like, I don't gotta like really be negative because he like my brother managed Blxst.
It's
like,
no reason to be on bull.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right. What are some of the near future plans for Vic, ActRite, and Evgle?
So Evgle, we did the joint venture. So now we just moved into the Red Bull office. You know what I mean? So we got the whole first floor at Red Bull. So that was one, just making sure we scaling the business properly to Blxst trajectory, making sure like he don't outgrow the business and the staff. So that's one on that side, just building out the staff more. Probably got like 3 or 4 more employees to hire this year. And then on the ActRite side, really just my last year, I just kind of took that off to build my network and my contacts. It's like all the people that I was trying to get to having conversation with the ActRite before, now they just be on my line. Regular, like just topping it up, regular business. So I'll just be seeding little stuff out, like to different artists that I fuck with and stuff like that. And, like they be going crazy over little shit. So I'm like, okay, I know how I'm gonna do this. This, and
it make more sense now.
Yeah, hell yeah. So I mean, honestly, bro, as the company get bigger, my goal is to not have to be as much of a foot soldier. To be able to operate more and make sure that the operation is running smoothly, so everything click on all cylinders.
Right.
So yeah.
One more question about Red Bull. When y'all partner with them, did you worry about public perception at all? Like it's Red Bull, like.
Nah, bro. Cause I mean, if you think about like what you said earlier, like when I was throwing parties in high school, I ain't throw parties with nobody but myself.
Facts.
So it was like niggas were still coming to that shit. You feel me? Like same thing.
If the work is quality, it's quality.
The same thing with the no gang banging. And I understood too, like. When we was doing the music shit, I already, like when Blxst told me he produced Do Your Gutter, I was like, okay. So then I started doing a deep dive of like all the people he was in contacts with, like who he was making cover art for. And so he pretty much was covering the whole landscape of everybody that was popping in the 2000s when we was in high school and shit like that. And I'm like, damn, you did a lot of work on this type of stuff. So I'm like, okay, that plus what I did on my own in Los Angeles, me playing sports, me in college, all that type of stuff, that combined, it don't matter about who you with, you know what I'm saying? But
as long as they help you get the job.
And we also knew we had to have leverage though to be able to get ownership, because it still wasn't like the biggest thing Blxst had rolling for him was really 6tape. So although 6tape was making good money on DistroKid, at the same time it's not money that you're gonna change the culture with. You know what I mean? Right. So with that, Red Bull was also an option to where we understood they needed us too. You feel me?
It was like perfect.
The last rap group they had was probably Warm Brew. That was the last rap act they had. But outside of that, nothing had ever been successful, right? So we turn around now, Blxst was the highest grossing artist across all genres last year.
Damn.
So when you do them type of stats, you know, you kind of build negotiation leverage for the long run.
Yeah, for sure.
Even the first deal we did with them, it was only for one project.
Yeah.
So we broke up the first project, the deluxe, the Just for Clarity, and 610. Them was all separate business deals.
Yeah.
So we just read up one time, and then another one off, then another one off, and another one off. And then that's when it was like, okay, we just pretty much did 4 different contract periods with them.
Yeah.
Business was smooth. We seen what type of leverage we built with them.
Yeah.
And then they also, I mean, they had to let us hit the circuit.
Yeah.
We hit the circuit and went to every label, bro. Like, I remember sitting at the top of Capitol Records, like, damn.
Really?
I look at this shit on the freeway all the time.
Every day.
And now I'm in a whole negotiation meeting where we ain't here for 2-3 hours, you know what I'm saying? Going back and forth on numbers, all type of shit. So, you know, that nip line different when you say negotiating equity in positions you'll never see. Because some people will never see that, bro.
Yeah, no, that's like, different, bro. That's some heavy stuff right there.
So just talking to all the major labels, it kind of gave us a different respect and appreciation for Red Bull just because of what the initiative they showed off the vision.
Y'all both got good credit with each other at this point. Yeah, most definitely. What's the Air Eagle stuff? Like, how did that come about? That's some holding. Like,
so
I had people hit me up like, bro, you seen Blxst playing, bro? Like,
so I mean, so really, bro, the basis of it is all off creative marketing, bro.
Yeah, I seen you just dropped the merch to go along with it. Yeah, I'm like, it's beautiful.
So, I mean, one day we was in the studio, it was me, Blxst, Allison, and Aaron.
Yeah.
And we were just like, bro, we need to bring an experience. So me, I'm like, we be going to the airport all the time. We going to the United Sky Club, to the fucking Delta Business Play. I'm like, let's make a play on that. You feel me? Like, we finna take flight type. So we end up building that shit out like 3 hours in the studio.
Yeah, that shit.
Then Aaron built out all the decks for it. Yeah. And then, shit, bro, Blxst go crazy with the graphic design.
Yeah,
so
that shit hard.
Plane, end up stamping it on a plane. And I was like, people gonna think you really bought a plane.
Yeah, bro, because automatically you already know how people think. Like, the first thought process of it is like, everybody want to travel in luxury and shit. So when you see a nigga got his logo on the side of the plane, it's like, dang.
And if you think, and the thing is, people that know us was freaking out like, damn, y'all niggas bought a plane.
Yeah.
So I'm over like, think about what other 49 states think that don't know nothing
at
about
all.
Us, that's just watching from afar through a lens. So, I mean, bro, that was really just to kick off the spark of the conversation around that whole project.
Yeah, definitely.
And then, you know, just the creativity behind the merch, the build out. We did a pop-up shop in a jet hangar. Had that shit all built out, all type of stuff. So
really gave people an experience.
Yeah, I think that's really, I mean, we, on the flip side of working with Red Bull, we understand that we working against much larger music machines.
Yeah.
So we got to keep the creativity super high because, bro, most artists, I don't really know a lot of artists, period, that are even bringing that type of aesthetic to the table, right?
That's like a whole damn art installation.
In LA, bro, the only nigga doing that is really like Tyler, the Creator.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, bro, is probably I would say the best one doing it.
Yeah, him and like people from Top Dog.
Right, people from Top Dog, Larry Jones, you know what I'm saying? But those people were like, that's 1 out of 1,000 artists.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean? So
for sure. Everybody else just shooting videos.
Hell yeah. And then ultimately, I think that those are the things that's going to set us up for when Blxst doesn't feel like making music at the time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, we're going to have different outlets to be able to give different experiences. We're going to have good credit to where if Blxst don't drop music for a year, we have an Eagle event. People going to know the Eagle event going to roll regardless.
Yeah, and people going to pull up for sure.
Uh-huh.
Most definitely. That's pretty much it, man. Thank you for coming through the Projects and Politics.
Appreciate
it. It's my dog Vic, Eagle, ActRite LA.
Yes, sir.
All right, man. Thank you, bro. Appreciate it.